I grew up around music all my life.
Okay.
So to be doing exactly what I love, exactly the way I want to do it, and how I want to do it for a living is almost like a cheat code. You know, I think the most important thing that we can open is our eyes.
Yes, 100%.
We can wake up and, you know, a lot of people take for granted to just breathing, just getting up, walking,
100%.
and having, you know, working limbs and body parts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
You know, being able to keep it moving. I get excited about life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what I like the most, like, you know, beyond the music, you have the joy,
Yes.
you have the faith,
Yes.
and more importantly, the consistency.
Oh, yeah.
And you're refusing to fade.
Yeah. You get excited about the past. The past is old, and there's stories that go with the past. There's good, there's bad, there's ugly that goes with the past. The future is bright. Ladies and gentlemen, it's yours truly, Jazze Fizzle, a.k.a. Fenzel Burgundy, Obama Luther King Jr. Jackson 5 first. And I was right here, you know, in the MindTrap.
So we had an amazing podcast interview with Jazze Pha. Oh my God, all the way from being a producer to an artist to an energy ball. This man is full of energy. And, you know, all the way, I think what you will walk away with this podcast is that how he's putting faith, joy, and consistency into his journey. And it's not ending there. Now he's adding even more joy into his journey by himself becoming an artist. And when things don't get done, he grabs bull by the horn and make it happen himself.
Oh yeah.
And he is manifesting into the universe, and he's collapsing the reality itself. And that's what this Jazze Pha is all about. And tune in, check out the podcast, and come back again. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the MindTrap Podcast. Here I'm in Atlanta with Jazze Pha from Miami. From Memphis.
Memphis 10, baby.
Yeah.
Memphis 10.
Welcome to the MindTrap Podcast for another session here in Atlanta with Jazze Pha, a friend of mine. I met him in pre-COVID, and here we are finally doing a podcast. From Memphis roots to Atlanta royalty, Jazze Pha isn't just a producer, he's an artist now, and you all know him when he says the word, ladies and gentlemen. You hear that, the energy shifts.
Yeah.
Right? So he's not making music, he's a vibration check. And so this podcast is all about vibration check with them and frequency check with them, more than a podcast. So here we are. Jazze Pha, welcome to the podcast.
Yes.
And
ladies and gentlemen, Jazze Fizzle. Tell.
thank you.
You gotta turn him up, you know what I'm saying? You gotta turn up, When I come on, you're supposed to have a whole other outfit, man.
Yeah.
I gotta dress you, I gotta style you for the next one.
Yeah, next one we'll do that.
Yeah, you will style you.
So from Ciara to T.I. to Ludacris, you have created so many stars. Now yourself,
Well, I didn't create them all, but you know.
Yeah, but you're instrumental.
I probably enhanced them a bit.
Yeah, enhanced them in there. So,
yeah.
So here we are. So how do you reflect your journey?
That's a broad question.
Sitting here in 2025.
Like reflecting my journey?
Yeah, like when you look at all that, and how do you feel, and what is left to be done?
I feel old, Tim.
Oh, no, that's not.
You'll be like, man, I was in the 5th grade when I heard this. I'm like, God dang. Don't remind me, you know, no, really, but just honored to still be in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think every song and every vibe, every time I hear him on the radio, every time I hear him in the studio, or I mean in the club, or out in the arena or anywhere, the feeling's always new. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that feeling like wow, that's me.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm just grateful to be able to be what they call timeless.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have created a lot of timeless music.
Yeah, and it's really because I was raised on so much timeless music from my dad, the Barcades and Otis Redding to, people like Steely Dan and rock and roll stars like Kiss and, AC/DC and even Al Green or Bobby Womack, all the way up to LL Cool J. And, Missy Elliott, and it's just so many different layers that I could peel back, even gospel. You know what I'm saying? I got so many influences. I'm just a music, they call me the jukebox. In my crew, they call me the jukebox.
Yeah.
They be like, we're not going to write the verses until Jazze get here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to come with a melody out of this world, you know what I mean? And just
beyond the music, what I like about your whole thing, Jazze, is your energy.
Oh, yeah.
You just radiate so much of joy.
Absolutely.
In an industry that is full of chaos. So how do you find joy and you exuberate energy in the middle of chaos?
I think it's
Where
because
did you get that? And
I grew up.
Wanted that?
I grew up around music all my life.
Okay.
So to be doing exactly what I love, exactly the way I want to do it, and how I want to do it for a living is almost like a cheat code. You know what I'm saying?
Got
It's
it.
like, wow.
So you're excited.
I just wake up and do this every day. Like, really? It's too easy.
God.
It's too easy.
Is that why you're so pumped up?
I don't know if that's the reason why. I think I'm just got the joy of God. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
I love the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know who wakes me up every morning. And the most, I think the most important thing that we can open is our eyes.
Yes,
I mean, we can wake up and, a lot of people take for granted to just breathing, just getting up, walking,
100%.
and having, working limbs and body parts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Being able to keep it moving.
Yeah.
And I just get excited about life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what I like the most, beyond the music, you have the joy.
Yes.
You have the faith.
Yes.
And more importantly, the consistency.
Oh, yeah.
And you're refusing to fade it.
Yeah.
Right?
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, so that to me is very powerful. Of course, your music is already given.
Yeah.
And
You can. It's a gift to be able to put that same energy inside the music.
God.
Because a lot of people that you hear that make exciting music are not necessarily exciting off camera or
Got it.
until you press play and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are scarred up by the business. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's because I don't think they put enough layers in between them and who's doing the business.
Business, okay.
Of course, you got to know your business, but you just got to have layers. In between you to be a cushion, so that your creative forces don't get scarred up.
Makes sense. I think you're protected really well. Obviously, this is a MindTrap podcast.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen artists? Obviously, you would have, where they slept on the records.
Yeah.
And they went on to become a hit.
Oh yeah.
Give me some examples.
1 2 Step. 1 2 Step was not supposed to be Ciara's second single.
Really?
So we dropped Goodies, and Goodies was #1 at the time. So I went and I recorded the record with my boys Dre and Vidal, who were producers that produced the record for Ciara. So I went and I was trying to go find Ludacris. So I found Ludacris, I called Luda, and I said, man, that's why I says, call up Jazze, tell him about because we got another hit. So I called Luda. He comes over to the studio, writes the song in like 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Sits in his car and he writes the songs in his car. He sit in the car in his Cadillac and write the songs. So song is great, comes out crazy. I sent it up to, with the rest of the records. And I was just really trying to let them know what we had so far. And they were like, oh no, it's the second single. I was like, no, not yet. I got another record. But I didn't have the 1 2 Step record yet. Mm-hmm. I sent Missy 5 records. There were 5 records and they were all up-tempo records. And so she finally sent me the records back, and the CD said 25 minutes long. I was like, why does it say 25 minutes? Or 20 minutes, 22 minutes, something like that. Mm-hmm. So when I started it, she had turned all the records that I made into a mixtape. And she recorded all of the beats that I sang.
Wow.
And the second song that came up was 1-2 Step. But it wasn't quite right yet. Me and Ciara had to change the hook around. We fixed the chorus. Okay, fast forward. I sent the record up there, and they were like, oh, it's a cool record. So I'm like, uh-oh. So I called some of my people, and I was like, hey, the label's not moving on this record. What should I do? It was like, put it out yourself.
Wow.
I was like, well, I got to make a deal. Put it out yourself. So what the patch works, I had Curtis print me up like 50 copies, I think, well, maybe 100. And I took 50. Back then we were doing like, we would package them up in FedEx one by one. And send them out to all the DJs. And then I had my pile that I would take to my local DJs. But I was sending them out to radio DJs and stuff like that. So I sent them out to those DJs. One DJ started playing it. Next DJ started playing it. Because you got to think we're coming off a #1 record. They like, where's the new record? So all the mix show DJs start playing this record. So Barry Wise and them, they called me from up there, Jive and Arista. They called me and it was like, yo, what is this record they're talking about? This 1-2 Step song. I said, that's the same song y'all said y'all didn't like.
So how do you?
They're like, well, we got to shoot a video to this record right away. It was like, call Penny Boom, whoever you guys gonna use, and we're gonna shoot this video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how do you explain this, Jazze? Like all these guys, sitting in a label, we think that they know everything. But,
well, there's a generation, not a generation gap, but there's a culture gap. You know what I'm saying, between us and New York. So there's New York. You got people like, Sean Peck guys, all those guys up there. Love those guys. Shout out to those guys because they understood once I showed them.
God.
You know what I'm saying? They are super people up there. And they didn't understand it until our culture kicked in. And then they started to understand that Atlanta culture runs and controls a lot.
God.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So once we got the record going, they understood. It was like, oh, this record's going to be a monster. Because they started researching even pop.
Yeah.
So that they didn't believe. They didn't believe, but we had to make them believe.
So how is the landscape now in 2025? What has changed since then?
Oh, man. So much stuff. I mean, the technology, everything's changed. Everything's changed. Everything is at the reach of at arm's reach. I mean, all you got to do is say, hey, me and Tel sitting up here talking, and then put it in AI, and it's like, me and Tel sitting up here talking. And I can make it be a bunch of kids, I can make it be whatever.
Wow, amazing.
It's like, but at the same time, the playing field is still fair. The game is still fair. It's hard, and it's different. It's like we're playing a big game of who moved the cheese.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
So it's like all about who moved the cheese. You got to find out who moved the money.
Yes.
And where the money is moving to.
Yes.
And don't get complacent, because this is a big game of don't get comfortable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and you can also hire people to know where it is. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you tell the young producers that are coming in 2025? How should they start the game?
How should I do what?
How should they start the journey?
Start the journey?
Yeah.
Well,
like because the landscape has changed, right?
You springboard off of everything that you've learned thus far about music that you love. And you take it all like a pot of gumbo, like you put the crab, you put the sausage, you put everything inside of your music. And just let it breathe. Just let it breathe. And be yourself. Be you. You know what I'm saying? You can take from Jazze Pha, you can take from Metro Boomin, you can take from TM88 or Teddy Riley or Timberland, whoever you want to take from. But make sure that you make it into your thing.
Your thing.
You make it your thing. And you make sure that your personality shines through. And another thing I want to tell producers is the beat is not production. The beat is only a part of production. The whole situation is production. Because a lot of kids are making beats and they send it out and then somebody else writes the song, tells how the song is written, how the song is made, how the song goes, where to put the breaks, where to take everything out. That's production.
100%.
That's still production.
Yeah, that's a true producer.
But a lot of artists, a lot of producers get upset when a person who knows better wants production for that.
Got it.
Because if I'm involved, I'm getting production, whether I touch that record sonically or not. If I touch any part of the production side, I want my part. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Because I know what it is to have 100. Because you can't take a Porsche frame and sit it on the curb and expect for it to go down the street.
I like that.
You got to there's got to be an engine. There's got to be a racking pinion. There's got to be brakes. There's got to be so many different things. And then the computer lists a lot of different things that make that thing work. So there's a full situation that goes on. There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely, Jazze. So obviously we got AI going on. What do you think the AI is going to play a role going forward? And how do the new upcoming producers, even the old producers, have to get into the game? How do they adapt? What is your game plan to deal with AI? Is AI your friend or is AI your enemy?
I think it has to be our friend because we have to get along. We're gonna all
how are you getting along?
Well, I've just used it a little bit, and I know how to use it as a co-producer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So say I'm calling a dude, right? And I'm trying to play this piano part, and he don't get out till 9 o'clock, but I got a record that needs to be turned in by 6. I can go to AI, type in A. I want this thing to sound kind of like Sebastian Bach, you know what I mean? Meets Timberland and Missy Elliott, and put that all together and make it feel like this. And you go in there and tell AI what to do, and then you go put your music in there.
Yes.
And I want a piano part and a choir behind it. A children's choir. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
And they do it. So I don't let it do, what it does. I make it do what I want it to do.
Got it. So what's your secret of your joy? I know we talked about it. What do you do? How do you keep it so excited all the time?
Man. It's just about the next thing.
I know, but
it's about the next thing. So if you get
so many people are depressed.
If you get excited about the past is old, and there's stories that go with the past. There's good, there's bad, there's ugly that goes with the past. The future is bright. So if you always think the future, my old record label before Show Enough Records was called Futuristic Entertainment.
Wow.
I released an album before I came to Atlanta with a group called the Funkaholics, and the name of that album was Futuristic Ghetto Slickness. So you gotta think, I'm thinking futuristic. So that's why I could lock in with people like Missy. I understood Timberland.
Got it.
I understood, and then Timberland's a main guy using AI. He's getting slammed for it. But he's ahead. He's way ahead, and then by the time people figure it out, they're gonna be like, dang. He's gonna own pieces of AI. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
It's just intellectual property, and we gotta know.
So how did you come to Atlanta? What made you to come to Atlanta from Memphis?
Organized noise. Rest in peace, Rico Wade.
Is that right? Yeah.
Rico Wade was the reason why. Rico Wade, Outkast, Goody Mob is the reason why I moved to Atlanta. Period. I heard a Christmas album. I had a copy of the Christmas album, LaFace album. They had a Christmas album. And on that album was the song Players Ball.
Mm-hmm.
All the players came from far and wide. It used to be a Christmas song. It was a Christmas song originally. It said, when it's a better day, when the Players Ball is happening on that Christmas day. The original version was Christmas Day.
Yeah. And that brought you here?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
No regrets, right? No regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Memphis to Atlanta.
No regrets. You say what?
No, Memphis to Atlanta, Jazze, I said, yeah.
Memphis was not, I was futuristic. I knew where the future was going. Memphis was, I felt like the future of Memphis music was super bright, but I think they were just a little off.
They lost.
You know who understood it? The future of Memphis? 666 Mafia.
Is that right?
3-6 Mafia understood the future.
Um,
And you notice they ended up moving to California. And they were always ahead. They were always ahead because they were around like forward thinkers. When you come from the country, sometimes you can't help but be around people who are complacent. People don't want to move forward. People don't, like, when I watch The Terminator, I want to know, how did they do it?
yeah.
I didn't like, oh, I could never do that. I'd be like, well, how can we make that happen? How do we do it? Somebody say, hey man, can you do that? I'm just like, oh, how can we? I don't know if we can. But we should, let's find out. Let's read a book. Let's Google it.
Got it.
Let's chat GPT. See, it's different now. So, it's like, it ain't like, no, you can't. And won't. And don't, man.
Yeah.
I might, maybe won't, but I ain't gonna never say can't.
Yeah. So as you know, Jazze, the music itself is a music business.
Yes.
So you got the music part. How are you taking care of the business part? So as a whole.
That's a good question because my business was jacked up in the beginning. And prayerfully, and I ended up making all of my business revert back around to me because my publishing situation was messed up. I had to go and I had to fight tooth and nail to get my publishing right. You got to make sure you get your publishing right. Make sure you get your publishing right and you know where your publishing is going.
Yes.
And you have to understand publishing deals because I didn't understand that when somebody tells you this is a 10-song publishing deal, that it means 100%
Yes.
songs. And I was a co-writer for a lot of records. I was bringing a lot of people in. So that means we're chopping the pie up.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm telling them, I know you might know, but they like a lot of times, we come in and we do a record. You got some, Freddie got some, and everybody else got a piece, and it takes you 20 records to make one record.
Mm-hmm.
Or with me, I was doing production, so I might take me 4 or 5, but that's like 5 records, and that's only one record. But they didn't tell me that in the beginning. I didn't find out till halfway through my production deal because I was on such a high. I was making so much money. You know what I'm saying? Cash money up front.
Mm-hmm.
But then when things start dwindling and I start spending too much and the tide got a little low, you start paying attention a little more.
Got it.
And unfortunately, I took a little spill. You know what I'm saying? But God is good, and I got everything back.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because people still struggle, right? That they get the music part, the business part, they don't get it, and then they get it, but it's too late, right?
Yeah.
So much damage is done.
Yeah.
They lose money.
Yeah, they lose the biggest thing they ever do, and then it's crazy because some people just have that one moment, and it's just like. You should call that lightning in a bottle.
Lightning in a bottle, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you really didn't. And then, I don't say luckily, but, graciously, God just blessed me so many times.
Yeah.
I think it's walking in and not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've never walked into the studio saying, I'm going to make a hit.
Got it.
When people say, I need a hit, I ignore them.
Got it.
They be like, how come you don't answer me when I say we need a hit? I said, because everybody does.
Got it.
You wouldn't be in here if you didn't need a hit. But don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Man, it got to be a hit. When people were like there's always people around the artist saying, we need a hit, it got to be a hit. I tell them, yo, bro, get out the studio. That's not the language we need around here. Because, promise you, your record's probably not going to be a hit. Because you got to let it happen.
Exactly.
You got to let it happen. You don't make it happen. You do make it happen, but you also have to allow things to happen.
Happen in its own way, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So obviously so much has happened in Atlanta. Yeah. Do you still think Atlanta is the epicenter of music?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely. No,
What makes you think so?
Without a doubt.
It used to be the Mecca of music.
It's like, of course it started with Detroit, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Thank you.
And then, it did. I mean, you can't deny that.
Yeah.
Then Memphis.
Okay.
The old Memphis.
Okay.
Stacks. You know what I'm saying? then back to Atlanta. Then came to Atlanta. Then now Atlanta
It stays there.
Atlanta's been there. Of course, you got Nashville. What was I saying? Oh yeah.
So the Atlanta is still Atlanta.
Atlanta is just so rich. It's just so rich in musical history, and so many people have moved here for that purpose. And I think they're starting to realize that it's not just one thing.
God. The rap music itself, I keep hearing a lot of reports. Maybe it is past its prime time, and based on the record sales. Do you believe that, or what is your take on it?
Rap is going to. Everything must change.
Okay.
Just like they start wearing straight legs, then they went back to wearing bell bottoms again.
Okay.
They'll wear straight legs again.
Okay.
They wear big balloon pants. So it's the derivative of hammer pants.
Yes.
Everything revolves.
Yes.
Everything works in a cycle.
Yes.
And that's just how it goes.
Got it. So are you saying that it is?
It all comes back. It'll come back. It'll morph. It'll morph into something different.
Okay. But do you see that?
Everything now is going back into good time. Like people like myself are gonna be stupid, crazy, dumb, rich again. because people, I'm seeing it now because, okay, Metro Boomin just dropped a project that is like old to the early 2000s.
Is that right?
And it's just a bouncing, it's all fun, it's turn. And when you go to the clubs, where the people are 36 and up, they love those songs. Because they remind them, you know what I'm saying? Of old school.
Old school.
And that was so genius of him.
Yeah,
so genius of him to do it because he was the perfect mascot. Because one, the kids are following him, but the old folks remember the old stuff. Mm-hmm. They ain't never stopped listening to Roscoe Dash. They ain't never stopped listening to, swag surfing and all of that. So for them to bring that back, it's like, oh my God, we're going to relive this right now.
God.
Yeah, so
what is the one thing you think in your journey would have held you back from a MindTrap standpoint, Jazze? There's one thing that you could have done differently.
Well, we have something here. We have something called Javon Dewan and the Trap Stars.
Okay.
Right? And it's like an inspirational, people call it gospel, but we're more inspirational. And imagine the Trap Stars being on gospel radio. That name, the Trap Stars.
Yeah.
So our trap is talent revolving around purpose. That's the trap. So that's the trap for me. My talent, and I revolve it around purpose. I never be trapped in my finances. I never be trapped in my relationships. I never be trapped in my anything. And nowhere I go, no how, no way, no how will I ever be trapped. You find you an acronym, you find you something that you can believe in, something that you can make other people believe in, and you take it to the mountaintop and you just yell it. You just yell it, and then you live it. You look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm a star. Enough times, you're gonna wake up looking like I'm a rock star. You look at me, I look like a star. If I walk in public, they're gonna be like, who is that? Exactly. Whether they know me or not.
Yeah.
Because I reek of star power. I've been around superstars all my life.
Yeah, you do.
How can I not look like one?
Yeah, and you're what? I mean, when is your project coming along?
Oh, my project? I'm just getting started on my new project. The new Jazze Pha project, I'm just getting started on it. I'm at 111 days today eating watermelon and
I've
dropped about 86 pounds.
Wow, beautiful. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, man. It's a journey. I feel different. I feel better. I feel
You're
better.
so energized.
Oh man,
I mean, back in the day, you were so energetic. You're gonna be walking on water now.
No, I ain't gonna be walking on water, but I'm gonna be wading in it though. I'm gonna wade in the water. Jesus is gonna walk on water.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he's the only one. Yeah, man, I'm just excited about it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm excited about what the future holds. With the energy on this project that I'm doing, I can't even.
So what made you to become to go on this lane as an artist lane yourself?
Because I'm tired of putting on a record Like when I say a record, you know, we all old school. So when I say a record, I mean a whole album.
Yeah.
So when I put on an album and I'm not getting what I need, so it's like if you can't get nobody else to do it, then just do it yourself.
So you're missing that.
Yeah.
And so you said, hey, I'm not gonna wait for you guys. I'm just
And
gonna
one day I was dreaming. I was dreaming, and I just saw 6 black tour buses going down the street. Yeah. And I was the first person to get out. And I remember I had on these big ass house shoes that looked like they had teddy bears on or something real silly. But the dream was so vivid and so real. Wow. And we were going to Walmart just to buy like pajamas and just stupid stuff. And I was like, and I had a dream 3 times. And I said, oh, okay, God, I'm going to do this project. and see, and it's like everything that I've learned from Ciara, everything is top of the mountain. From the Lil Jon I did, from Ciara when I worked with Ciara, when I worked with Outkast on Love Below and Speaker Box, on that album, Idlewild album, all the big ones, Nelly, Sweatsuit, his biggest album. I worked on all those albums. So I said, let's go there. All the top tier Jazze Pha stuff. Okay, that's it. I got hundreds of records, but those are the ones. That's the good crust right there of the stuff that they play. As soon as they stick a Jazze Pha, boom. And so I get to hit that right there. Right there. And that's what I'm doing.
Fantastic.
So it took a minute.
I know, but you got it. I mean, you're not gonna.
But it's gonna be timeless though. They're gonna be like, wait a minute. I'm probably gonna be bringing some unks out, boy. I'm gonna bring some old people outside. Yeah. They're gonna be turned.
You gonna tour?
Oh yeah. I said tour buses, didn't I?
Well, yeah, you did.
I'm speaking this into existence.
Wow.
I'm gonna call and see your video of a drone, and you're gonna be like, I'm like, hey, Tail, there are 2 tour buses already.
You already signed
Next summer I'll be at 5.
Yeah, wow. Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You already manifested and you threw out in the universe.
I want to come. My goal is to come out that damn toaster popper in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Let's get it.
And I'm gonna stand there like Michael Jackson.